Alexander, like we're saying, if we've got not much mobility, and I'm one of these people as well, don't have too much mobility either in a swing, that means you have to have your arm structure in a really, really good spot throughout the golf swing and your shaft structure. So for you, we see you as you get up to the top of your swing with iron, you're on a down the line shaft angle. So when you're down the line shaft angle, it just means it's parallel to the target, down the target line. And then from there, you don't have too much time to shallow the golf club, because when you don't have too much mobility, you don't have a long golf swing. Again, I'm the same. So be around here. So now we've got very little time to be able to shallow the golf club in transition. The club will normally stay pretty much on that same shaft angle as at the top of the backswing. So it'll be fairly steep in transition. So from there, that's going to be very hard for the body to do anything at all. So that's why a lot of people can turn more in the downswing than they'll be able to do for the backswing, because the momentum helps you rotate and open up. So for you, we wouldn't really know how much you can rotate without having the shaft at a decent angle, because you would never be able to rotate with the club shaft being steep. Your arms will always overtake with a lot of roll and forearm rotation and lack of width going through the golf ball. So we need to get you at a better shaft angle at the top. And with driver, we just see an extreme case of more across the line, and then club shaft takes a tremendous amount of time in the downswing to shallow. It gets shallow late and then big inside that last little minute, loss of control of club face, again because of arm and shaft structure. So for us, a simple drill to start off with, just to get a feeling of this structure, is just one with an alignment stick. So if you grab an alignment stick, place it halfway up the club shaft, so a lot of it's coming out here, so you can see a bunch of it. Now what you're going to notice, I want you to get up to the top of your swing with the alignment stick. You can notice in the takeaway, it's going to slide down your left side. But at the top of your swing, I want it to point a little bit out to the right, so out away from you. So from where you'll be standing, it'll be left for sure. So just out away from you. We don't want it pointing down, away from us, behind us. Don't want it pointing over here. So just getting up to the top, feeling it pointing and looking at, seeing it's pointing a little bit away from you. Doing that a bunch of times. Swinging through, when you do a little swing through, make sure the stick points in front of you and just turn through. So having it point away from you, in front, and then turn through. But more than anything, getting it pointing away from you. Tons and tons of these to feel that would be absolutely ideal. Lots and lots of alignment stick drills just to make sure this is feeling in that nice laid off position. So then, like we said, that laid off position, club's then going to shallow nicely on its own, going to maintain its angle, then you can just turn through. So okay, now is a bit where this training aid is going to help you to be able to do this naturally, for one, and it's also really going to help you have that decent maintenance of arm structure going through the golf ball, which one is going to be made possible because of the shallower shaft, but two is something you need to train a little bit as well. We can do it both at the same time with something like this, my very wet impact ball. But there are other training aids out in the market at the moment, which one of them you've probably seen before, and that is the Tour Striker Smart Ball. So that's where it's a black ball like this. I've got videos about it on my YouTube channel. And it's got a little rope that goes around, so it attaches around your neck so the ball doesn't drop. My one of that's just in the car at the moment, so I've got this one. This is the predecessor of it. This is what it kind of almost copied to some extent, but it made it better. So if you have something like this, ball training aid, put it in between the arms. You can see as I get to the top of my swing, makes my shaft angle across the line because it keeps a decent distance between both arms, but it also prevents you from having too much from across the line shaft unless you've got a lot of forearm movement, which you don't. So it keeps the swing nice and under control. So here we go. And then as we start moving down, it maintains this arm structure. So then as you move through the ball, keeping the ball in between your arms, it gives you this nice wide move there. So if I just keep this in the simple terms, in between my arms the entire time here, Alexander, and then there we go. We're gonna have some really good repetitions of getting into some real good spots. Just keep this in between your arms. Shaft angle is gonna be better. You'll be moving through the golf ball better. You'll know straight away when you've done it wrong, because what happens? The ball drops straight away. Obviously I exaggerated it post impact there, but if it's not great at the top, the ball will drop. Anywhere where it's wrong, the ball will drop. So you get instant feedback, which is so important for making a change. So if you can practice a bunch of the drills with the alignment stick, do a bunch of them without a golf ball and in between shots, and then practice with that ball. This is with irons and driver. Practice with that ball when you're at the driving range. You'll ingrain that feel, and then you'll be able to bring it out onto the golf course. So, absolutely, if you've got any other questions, fire them over. Other than that, have a good one.